Ever catch yourself like touching your favorite shirt? It's so soft. Makes you wonder how they do that.
It really is amazing when you think about it.
Well, get ready, because today we're going deep, deep, deep into the world of textile finishing machine operators.
Ooh, those are some unsung heroes of, like, fashion. Nobody really thinks about them.
Exactly. But we're on a mission here. We're using RoleCatcher, you guys picked it,
Yeah.
to uncover what these operators really do.
RoleCatcher is great for them. It's got all those career details people need, to understand a job like this.
So first things first, what does a textile finishing machine operator actually do? Paint us a picture.
Okay, picture this. You've got these huge machines, right? And they're transforming plain, kind of rough fabric into the stuff we love to wear.
Okay, so it's not just about throwing fabric in a machine.
Not at all. These operators, they're running those machines that dye, print, coat. All those things that give fabric its texture, its feel, even how it works.
Wait, so like how my raincoat is waterproof?
Exactly. That water resistance. That's the magic of textile finishing. The operator makes sure that coating is perfect, totally even, so you stay dry.
Wow. It's all making sense now. But RoleCatcher also mentioned it's not exactly a walk in the park, right?
Yeah, they're honest about that. It can be tough. You're on your feet. It's a fast-paced environment. Might not be for everybody.
So what kind of person would actually thrive in this job based on what we're seeing?
Well, it seems like someone who loves hands-on work, someone who notices the tiniest details,
Oh,
and can handle the pressure of a busy factory.
definitely a unique combination.
You said it.
Sounds like you got to be tough for this job.
Right.
But what about moving up? What's the career ladder look like?
RoleCatcher actually had this cool story. Hold on. Here it is, Sarah. Started right out of high school on the factory floor.
Okay.
But she was curious, Learned how every machine worked, wasn't afraid of hard work, became the go-to person, super precise.
I like her already.
Right. So she's learning, moving up, eventually training other people.
Yeah.
And now she's overseeing production for those fancy performance fabrics. The high-tech stuff.
Wow, from the factory floor to like cutting edge fabrics. That's awesome. But things are changing so fast these days, right?
Right.
What about automation? Are robots going to take over these jobs?
It's funny you should ask that. RoleCatcher had a whole section on it, automation in textiles. And yeah, it's definitely changing things up.
So robots are moving in.
It's more like they're becoming part of the team, the operators of the future. They'll be the ones programming these super machines, making sure everything's running smoothly. The quality's top-notch.
So you got to be tech savvy on top of everything else.
Exactly. RoleCatcher was really big on that, staying ahead of the curve. They even talked about these things called PLCs,
Yeah.
programmable logic controllers, I think.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, but imagine, having those skills on your resume. Talk about in demand.
No kidding. Speaking of which, RoleCatcher had those interview questions, and some were tough, like, how would you troubleshoot a color problem between batches of fabric? That's hardcore.
Whoa. Yeah, that's next level stuff. You'd have to know the dyeing process inside and out. The machines. What could go wrong?
It's like being a textile detective.
Right. It's not just about knowing how to run a machine. It's problem solving, thinking on your feet.
And those are skills you can use anywhere, right?
Totally. Even if you don't end up in textiles forever, that kind of thinking is gold.
So true. Now, RoleCatcher also mentioned teamwork. Can't just be a lone wolf in the factory, I guess.
Nope, definitely not. You're part of a whole operation. Got to be able to talk to your supervisor, the quality control folks, other operators. Everyone's got to be on the same page.
Makes sense. Especially if something goes wrong, you got to explain it clearly so they can fix it.
Exactly. Knowing the technical stuff's one thing, but explaining it so everyone gets it, that's a skill in itself.
This job is sounding more and more complex. We're talking technical skills, problem solving, communication.
It's a whole package deal.
Yeah.
Makes you realize there's a lot more to those clothes we wear than meets the eye.
For sure. It's like we take it for granted, but behind every t-shirt, every pair of jeans, there's a whole team of skilled people making it happen.
And those textile finishing machine operators, they're right in the thick of it.
Right on. Now, one last thing from RoleCatcher that really stood out, sustainability. That's a big deal these days.
Huge. Everyone wants to know where their clothes come from, how they're made, what impact they have.
So where do these operators fit into all that?
They're key players. They're the ones working with eco-friendly dyes and chemicals, running those energy-efficient machines. They're on the front lines of making the textile industry more sustainable.
That's pretty cool. They're not just making clothes, they're helping the planet too.
Right. It's a win-win. And RoleCatcher actually recommended that anyone interested in this field should brush up on sustainable practices. It's becoming a major hiring factor.
Good to know. So, to sum it all up, we're talking about a job with real impact, a chance to learn and grow, and even make a difference for the environment. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all. It's an exciting field to be in, that's for sure.
And for anyone listening who wants to learn more, you know where to go, RoleCatcher. They've got tons of info on career paths, what skills you need, the whole 9 yards.
It's a great place to start your research and see if this is the right fit for you.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it, right? This whole industry working behind the scenes to, like, clothe the world.
It really is.
Man.
And the thing is, it never stops changing.
Which brings up a good point. We've talked automation, sustainability. But what's next for textile finishing machine operators? What should people be thinking about if they want to get into this field now?
Ah, the big question. Okay, so no matter what, being open to new technology is huge EE. We mentioned PLCs, but there's also like digital printing, lasers, even nanotech. It's wild.
Oh, nanotech and fabric. That's getting futuristic.
It is. But that's what makes it so cool, right? Imagine being on the leading edge of all that, creating totally new fabrics, new finishes.
So it's not even just operating machines anymore. It's like inventing the future of clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where passion comes in. The best operators, they're fascinated by this stuff. The science, the art. They're always digging deeper, trying new things.
So you got to have that drive, that curiosity, not just the technical skills.
100%. That's true for any job, but especially here, tech moves fast in textiles. Lifelong learning, that's the key.
Love that. Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive here, big takeaways for our listeners. What's stuck with you?
Well, first off, this isn't some abstract career. You're making stuff people use every single day. That's pretty impactful.
Totally. And for anyone with the right skills, tech savvy, adaptable, tons of opportunity.
And don't forget problem solving.
Oh, right. Got to be able to think on your feet, handle those curveballs.
For sure. And like we said, sustainability is only getting bigger. Knowing that stuff is going to give you an edge.
It's been so eye-opening, honestly, getting this peek behind the curtain of how clothes are made.
I know, right? You just don't think about all the skill, all the work that goes into a simple piece of fabric.
And for anyone listening who's feeling inspired, don't forget about RoleCatcher. That's the place to start.
Yep, all the info's right there. Career paths, skills you need.
Yeah.
They've got you covered.
So, if you're the kind of person who likes to work with their hands, thrives in a fast-paced environment, loves to learn, this could be it.
Maybe you'll be the one inventing the next big fabric technology.
Now that would be something. Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive, everyone. Keep exploring, keep learning. Your dream career is out there.